It is good to be back. If this is your first time on the channel, I actually started this a few years ago with a team called the Super Messios. And obviously since that point, you can see the old videos, there hasn't been a lot going on. I haven't been editing videos together, or I have been playing soccer, but just not as much as as usual. And with the COVID year, obviously that's slowed some things down. So all that being said, it's awesome to be back, getting some footage. I got a GoPro and really pulling together some highlights to really relive the glory days. I mean, that's really what we're seeking to accomplish here, is get some great goals from this team on video. And you can see me here, I got the GoPro chest strap, and we're getting ready to go now with the new team, and we are the Shenanigans. And no, I don't have an actual picture of the Shenanigans, so here's an awesome stock photo of another team. Eventually maybe we'll get that worked out. And for those of you not familiar, the face behind the voice here, I am Josh, so whenever you hear me reference Little Josh on the field, that's me. And we have another Josh, I'll call him Big Josh as the video rolls on. So this video is actually a couple weeks old now at the time that I'll actually post it. So I don't exactly remember where we were in the standings before this game started. We were in 4th or 3rd, kind of somewhere in that range. So we come into this game with a record of 1-1. So I still think we're pretty middle of the table to start things off here in this game. So here we go, kickoff time, and we'll see how we do. First passage of play, just a nice interchange between Rashid and I. Before we go any further, this big guy up top is going to give us a lot of problems this game. He was really tough to deal with up there. This pass gets through, Rashid with a nice turn, and then I try and find Matt on the far side of the field and just a bit outside. We get a chance to break here, some nice 1-2s between Matt, Rashid, and Melanie, who's subbing with us today. Unfortunately, the build-up just breaks down. And I had to speed up this next segment because they were absolutely possessing for at least 3 minutes in our half. We could not get the ball out against them. They were really good playing off each other and just possessing and being patient. And eventually that patience does work out for them. I try and keep the ball in here. They get it back, and then they move it up into the attacking third once again. And I have a little feeling it's the big guy up top here who eventually puts it in the back of the net for them and gets the first goal. After the goal, however, we do get a chance. Nice acrobatic attempt there from their player, but I take the quick throw here to Adam, or as I call him, Hicksy. He takes the quick shot from an angle and wins us another throw-in in a dangerous area. The goalkeeper does grab it and try and start the counter for them, but a nice touch from Matt back to Ryan, and Ryan is gonna be a little bit wide. Spoiler alert, he makes up for it later. Big Josh comes on for Hicksy for a nice little set of fresh legs. We want a corner here, Melanie with a great ball in, but it just doesn't connect. Melanie was looking for Eric on that last corner, and now Eric returns the favor with a great throw-in to Melanie, and she pokes it home. 1-1. Eric and Melanie really doing a great job of pressuring. They turn it over, Hicks pokes it back to Eric, and somehow the goalie comes up with a save. Some possession play out of the back. Carrie, Ryan, and I were playing in the back here during this series. Ryan gets it up to Hicks, who makes a great turn and gets the toe poke, but he just can't find the angle on the shot. So I'm interested to hear the opinions on this one. The ball comes forward. I get cleared out by their big forward. Is this a foul? Let me know in the comments. Thankfully, they did not score off of this turnover somehow. Speaking of not scoring, we have to give a shout out to the guy in the yellow right here. Alan, our goalie, had so many saves this game. Unfortunately, I can only point the GoPro one direction at a time, and we don't have anybody moving the tripod back and forth. So Alan, huge shout out, man. You kept us in the game throughout this one. So we get the ball back, a nice little touch by me to get by some players. I see Matt on the break. I can't get him to him right away. Finally do, and then Matt pulls the trigger after cutting back. Good save by their goalie and a good opportunity for us. We apply the pressure again, Matt with a nice poke back, and Melanie just leans back a little too much. Big Josh and Little Josh combine here. A nice steal from Big Josh, and then, in the words of Matt, good move by me to get around the defender.
Good move.
Nice little moment here, the flick over by Josh, and Ryan's touch just a little too far. We get a chance to break here. It turns into what looks like a 5-on-2 as Ryan comes forward, makes a good decision to lay it off. I try the toe poke here from outside, and Josh follows it up, bangs off a couple of people, but hey, it puts us up 2-1. I really need to get back in shape. The downside of the camera facing one way, we really don't know how their second goal happened, but Gryphons make it 2-2. It is redemption time. Ryan picks up the ball off the turnover, and nobody steps to him tightly enough. If he puts it onto that left, it's over, and he puts the heat on it. And that makes it 3-2, Shenanigans up over Gryphons FC. Let's take another look at that one. From the highs of the celebration to immediate depression, I turn the ball over, and on this play, I do remember what happened. I cleared it off the line. Allen tried to make a save, but eventually their big forward puts it home to tie the game up. Another defensive mistake as I misjudge the ball coming over the top, and then their big forward is off and running again after a nice pass from one of their players, and he makes it 4-3 right before halftime. Really not a great feeling when you know you're responsible for those two. I take full blame. So now we'll see what the second half looks like. In hindsight, I should have maybe tilted the camera a little more to the right. So Big Josh and Matt exchanging some passes here. And this will be a theme in the second half. They played really well. Good shot on frame by Josh, but another good save by the goalie. So a great heel flick from Matt here sets up Josh to square it to Adam, and the first touch just lets him down a little bit. Attacking again here, and I am able to turn and play the ball to Hicks with the outside of my foot. Hicks, a nice cut inside, and eventually you know he's going to get the shot off and a nice finish to make it 4-4. Some more pressure as the ball gets played up here. Hicks flicks it on and chases it down and really makes their defender and their goalie nervous as he and Matt press high up the field to win the throw. So they play a bad pass. Carey tries to track it down there, but they win it back, and I just do a terrible job of tracking. Eventually this is going to build up to where the Gryphons are able to finish it off and get their fifth goal to make it 5-4. So we've said Eric's name a few times in this game already. He's actually subbing with us for this game. Nice touch to get it past the defender and the left-footed shot, but again, their goalie's in the right spot. We're pressuring high once again. The ball is turned over, and then who are they going to look for? You guessed it, it's the big guy up top. He finishes again, and now we're down by 2. Matt has really had a great game so far, and once again, he makes a nice hustle play, and the off-balance left footer finds its way in, so now we're only down by a goal. Again, Matt is going to get a ball down the field and work hard to get the ball down, and then gets his head up, sees Hicks running through, what a cutback onto the right, and then finishes it off to tie the game up. There's not much time left here, and we're really feeling it after the 2 goals. The ball is pushed up here. Bad decision by the goalie. I try and heel it back to Josh. It eventually gets to him and then deflects off the defender. Unlucky, but that'll put us up and hopefully get us the win. We make another run up the field. This time I play the ball through to Matt. He takes a good long first touch forward and then finishes it off with the left, and that will put the game out of reach. At this point, we have won 8-6. So somehow, after being down 2 goals, we come back late and steal the win away. This game moves us to 3rd place in the table, and that means we're 2-1 heading into our next game. We play against the Dukes of Hazzard, who at the time that we played them, they're going to be sitting at 1-1-1, so should be a good matchup. And here you'll see the player stats. I only have the stats from 2 games. I missed one of our last ones, so this is through 2 of the games that I've recorded. You can see there Matt clearly in form, 4 goals and 2 assists in the 2 games I've played with him, and Big Josh pitching in some goals as well. So next game, we'll get it uploaded soon, and thanks for watching some Shenanigans.